Ready? Just thought I'd give you a brief rundown on the valuation system that we've been using. This one has a mechanism for doing some data mining. So we'll do data mining based on a mixture of Excel 365 spreadsheets and also some internal mechanisms for doing cash flow projections. So, for example, here in the Microsoft 365 spreadsheet, we can get 52-week low, day low, price, and change. We're also able, using some fancy data mining, to get forward PE, PE divided by growth, price over book, cash flow, cash, debt, growth. And for future value of cash flow, we use a discount formula. We get the owner's equity based on the discount value and the future cash flow and the debt and the growth. When we compare it against the market cap, and we look at the so-called ratio of owner equity over market cap, and we basically say, well, that must mean Alcoa is a buy. One could make a compelling argument that some of these things, like the growth, don't make a whole lot of sense. Where do you get 299% growth? And what you do to get something like that is you have to basically data mine it off the analysts. So when you do the analysis for the next 5 years and you're looking at growth, you can probably see here it is 199% growth over the next 5 years per annum. So that's where they're getting that from. And so there's a compelling argument that if that's true, there are a whole bunch of other things that you can make computations on based on cash flows. When you look at something like the statistics, it's pretty easy to see where the free cash flow is coming from. Here it is looking at something on the order of operating cash flow, 116 million. Let's look at this debt, 2.34 billion. And so then if you go back and you look at the debt, and over here there's the 2.34 billion, and then for cash flow there's the 116 million given in billions. And so now you can see the debt. What about this cash at 1.652 billion? So if we want to see total cash, there it is, 165 billion. So that's been extracted properly and populated into the sheet using an Excel spreadsheet output from from a Java program, really. So that's the upshot of all of this. Instead of using Excel in here, we could probably do something better. Like, for example, here it says couldn't refresh data types. That's a problem. And we get that all the time from the Microsoft Excel folks. So in fact, we could probably get all of this data by doing data mining using Java instead of Excel. And that would be something that we could do for a variety of different industries. Here we have done it again for oil. We did it for lumber. We did it for the insurance industry. And we just did it in general for some various stocks that we've been looking at. So that's a financial data mining problem that I think we could make some good headway on. There may be a compelling argument to take the whole thing and put it up on Amazon Web Services or on a similar cloud-based system. We do that already for certain things. So, for example, if you look at the Nerdly notes in the Peggy page, you'll see Fidelity Funds, and this has not been updated recently, but we should probably have something like this updated regularly on one of the Oracle Cloud services. Here we have something that hasn't been updated since July 7th. That should also be updated regularly. Here is something that hasn't been updated since March 13th. More, data that needs to be updated. Here's something that hasn't been updated since July 7th. And similarly over in here, so our data mining has kind of stalled out. The insider buys also hasn't been updated recently. So we've got a whole bunch of different data sources here that need updating. And normally we'd have this stuff updating regularly, but what ends up happening is if we don't maintain it, it generally degrades with time. So lots of opportunities for doing work in the area of financial data mining. Thanks for your attention. Talk to you later. Bye.